Gonna give you a little tour of my 100 square foot, it's more like 75 square foot growing space in my art studio. This is my growing rack that I started a couple weeks ago, along with about 120 fig starts that are in there. For each of these buckets, there is 15 fig starts. You can see some of these are already growing, but if we look in here, let's see if this has a date on it. No, this is a Socorro Black 11.5, and it only has that much growth in it. It's January 5th, but some of these, interesting, they're already starting to get figs on them versus the standard green growth. But that's why I just leave them in here for a couple of months and see if they grow. Some of them will grow, some of them won't, which is totally fine. Got some awesome varieties in here. Jolly Rancher, put those in a 1 gallon. When I bottom water, it decreases the amount of soil gnats that are in here. I've seen maybe 1 or 2, and I've had this space for about a month now. All right, if we go down over to this other side, more fig starts. Some of these are growing really well. This is placed underneath the Phytomax 1000. It's 1,000 watt, full UV, and it's pretty loud. Has 4 fans onto the side here, but I have it about 8 feet high, and the light comes down. I have reflectors all along the side wall. I just temporarily attached them there because this is gonna move outside as soon as temperatures get better. I placed all my citrus trees in here because I had issues with my citrus trees last year, not really growing and getting into shock and all that jazz. So this year, though, it's going great. Look at the flowers that are on there. And I have some kumquats that are sitting in the back, which is great. So the citrus, they're growing okay. I am getting a little bit of dieback, but we had a nice big windy storm before I brought them in, and it really wreaked havoc on the citrus. So I have these 8 citrus trees that are all in here, various size pots. Some of them are 20 gallon, 25 gallon. And then I have all of these starts, which are in the 4x4x9 pots. And like I said before, I bottom water all of these guys. I top water the citrus, which is understandable. And I'm going to update or upgrade the citrus into just mineral soil. Right now, some of them were planted in compost from the nursery, and I want to pull them out, remove it off of all the roots, and grow them only in mineral and leave the organic matter in the top. And hopefully that will increase my fruit production, growth, and decrease the issues that I have with the citrus. In terms of the fig trees, some of these guys are growing really good. I could actually start fertilizing them. So I'm gonna take them in the next 2 weeks and shift them from one side to another pot so that I have one bucket that has good growing figs, like this one. I don't know what variety that is, but that has some good growth. Time to fertilize. These other ones that are not growing as much or have little growth, I'm gonna keep those in a separate pot so that I water them less because they need less water. I water them more because they need more water, and I start to give them fertilizer. Now, how do I know when to start giving them fertilizer? This is just what I found out. When the stem, this new green growth, is a good couple of inches long, then I'll start to do a very diluted fertilizer, because that tells me it's getting enough growth that's in there and it needs more stimulation. If it's small like this, that is not good enough growth to start fertilizing. The leaf size also needs to be a bit bigger. So these are, I don't know, about the size of my palm with some of these leaves. And if they're that big, then I'm gonna start to fertilize the fruit trees. So I'm gonna have to do some rearranging of these. But one thing I wanted to point out, under this UV light, yeah, that one, it's so bright. Under the UV light, the color is amazing. These figs are nice and deep green. Look at how dark green that is. And it's not because of the light source. So we have dark green over here. And then when I come over here, these are not under UV light. It's just a regular LED light, not full spectrum, just a cheapie. But the color is more yellow in the leaves. So if I want to have more deeper green leaves, then I'm going to place them under the UV light it will increase the chlorophyll that's in the leaves, at least that's my understanding, and hopefully increase the growing. So I'm gonna swap a couple of these things around, but I just thought I would show you my nice little setup. These are 2080s, 8020s aluminum, and I've attached them here and connected this guy, which happens to be about like 80 or 90 pounds, attached it to the top here, and this is just a nice little temporary setup that I have going on. I have that part, and then my little grow tent that I created for the fig starts, along with this nice little fan that turns on every 30 minutes to kind of get air circulating in here. I also have these nice little Govee temperature gauges. It tells me the humidity and also the temperature. I have it over here, one here, and the temperature stays at about, because it is open, up at the top, it is open. I put a cardboard box. I don't want to spend a lot of money on this stuff. Yeah, temperature stays at around 70 degrees when the light is on. When the light turns off after 8 or 9 hours, I think is the timer that I have set on it, then the temperature decreases to about 65 degrees. So it stays pretty good in there. Humidity is about 50% right now, which is pretty darn high for St. George. St. George, we're usually in the single digits unless it's raining like it is right now, which is so awesome. I love that it's raining right now. Anyways, enough of my talking. This is just a nice little introduction of what I wanted to show you for my growing area, and I'm gonna add some more figs. I'm gonna get some more. I'm addicted. I'm freaking addicted. So I need to sell these things and get some of them out of here because some of these are repeats. If you're interested in buying any one of these starts, if they grow, then reach out to me and let me know. I have lots of different varieties that I'm growing just to see what works best. I want to get this process down for reasons unknown. Anyways, I hope you have an excellent day, and thank you for watching my video on my nice little grow room. It is January 15th. Here I am a couple months later with these same figs that I potted in November, and most of them are growing. I've replaced 1 or 2 of them from my December growth, and this is a shoddy thing, but right here, these 3 just all of a sudden started to die a couple of days ago. And I was like, oh shoot, maybe I just didn't water enough. Well, I think it's true. I think that I should have changed my watering. I was doing it every 2 weeks, but now I'm changing these 2-month-old cuttings to water every week. But if I pull up on this, there are roots in there. So it is definitely rooted. So if anybody's like, oh, they just weren't rooted, bull bumblebee tuna, those guys are rooted. So I'm gonna keep them there and hope that the shock is temporary, that they will be able to grow. But I've had all 30 of these root. So root and grow leaves. I think, no, that's not true. I think one of them didn't end up growing. So, which, I mean, that's a really good success rate for this. I have them under this UV light. I'll post another video about how I have this whole thing set up. But for the most part, they're not growing a boatload. They're growing a little bit. There's some good green on them. And as long as they're growing, I'm happy. There is one other thing that happened, and probably the reason why these died. I took the probe for my temperature gauge, and I had it in there, but I think it curled up and it was set at 78 degrees. So the heat mat was actually almost 100 degrees. This heat mat was when I did my thermal temperature. So I've changed it now, and this is probably why those 3 died and maybe have shocked some of the others. I've changed it so that the probe is underneath this plastic, and I set the temperature at 78 degrees. So I'm fine that they will hold their temperature better. But the upside to having it underneath this plastic tote is because I'm bottom watering. So I'm every 2 weeks putting water down there. I'm doing about 2,000 milliliters. I think with these this last week, I did 3,000 milliliters. So yes, are those toast? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know, but we'll see if they can grow. But if they do grow, then I'm at 100% success rate this year. And it's all because I think I use this inert media that I described earlier in the video. And I'm going to make another video on how I prepare and pot all of my fig cuttings. And I currently have, just so all of you know, I have these 3 totes. I have some very expensive varieties that are right there. I have those 3 totes, those 3 totes, and those 3 totes. These I just barely started 2 weeks ago. These were this last month. And also these, except this one, I planted this last week. Thumbs up to Chris in Texas. He sent me all of these cuttings. So awesome. I'm so excited for a lot of these varieties. Some of them I haven't even heard about, but I'm giving them a go. I do have some Montenegro Ramadas. I love the Montenegro Ramadas, but I'm really excited for the green Michuriska. I don't even know how to pronounce it, something like that. And then I have a bunch of other varieties that I don't even know how to pronounce that I'm excited to grow. So all of them seem to be growing really good. And oh, also, random note, I know I always have to give you a random thing. Look at that. That's my pomegranate. Pomegranate cutting is already starting to leaf out before the fig starts. There's a little bit of growth on these figs. But I thought I'd try an experiment with the Parfianca pomegranate, see if I can get some of those guys growing along with all these figs, because I just want different varieties and see what I can grow. All right, hope this video was informative and beneficial for you. All right, party on, people.